This is the country that we live in, and we have some problems. And if we don't stand united, they will tear it down. The country that our children will inherit and the next generation will inherit will be destroyed. And the capitalist agenda will be the conqueror of all world. We already have that the 1% owns more wealth than the whole 99% at the below. That's the country that we live in. 1% of this country holds the wealth of all 99% that's at the bottom, and the 1% don't pay nothing. Zero is what our president-elect said. Zero.
A lot of people don't understand the sacrifice of doing the work that I do, and it's a great deal of responsibility and this great deal of sacrifice. You have to get to a point in life where you're saying, hey, I'm going to be that person. I'm going to step in the gap, and I'm going to do what's right for the people. I'm going to stand up for the people at any cost. I have grown to know that my life is not just my life. My life is for God's people. It wasn't a day that I was just like, oh, I'm going to be the civil rights leader. It just happened, you know. When you are called and you're anointed to do something, you know, God puts the pieces behind you and surround you to make whatever He has predestined you for to manifest. I became an activist, and I felt drawn to become an activist because of what I went through in life, the violations of my civil rights and all different types of things. When I realized the criminal justice system wasn't about the issue of getting someone guilty of their crime, it's the issue of money. We have built a capitalist agenda that's only there to drive and sprue off the poor people of this country. NGAN was to embody our history. If we do our history in social justice, when we do our history in mankind, we see a pattern of young leaders bringing about change. We talk about social change, we talk about these things, but the only way that change really comes in mankind is through younger, vibrant leaders. So what we did was we created an organization, the Next Generation Action Network, to cultivate young leaders driven towards the eradication of social injustice, addressing issues through community, human, civil rights, and community reform. This was in a response of a lot of different things, such as the uprising of Ferguson, just the uprising of society right now. The younger people are feeling disenfranchised with the leaders and elder leaders going forward.
That's the problem, is that we have to tell the 1% that, hey, we pay this bill up in here, and unless you're going to join us with the wealth, I need you to step aside. Because I'm tired of standing in a city that has the largest child poverty rate in the whole entire country. What do? Our children are hungry. Our children are going to school hungry. Our children are going to bed hungry. And guess what? The children that's going hungry, black, white, yellow, green, whatever color you want to call it, they're all out here growing hungry. That's the problem. These children, their parents need jobs. And yet, I didn't see Donald Trump say anything about poverty. Dominique R stands here today because I was not going to allow another generation, whether you was black, blue, white, green, to go through what I went through.